So, the trailer, overall,
Mm.
what did you think? Are you excited for the movie? Did it interest you at all? Did you, what thoughts?
I don't know, fucking... I really like Batman's suit,
Me too.
is what I think. I like,
I
I like
like...
Affleck as Batman because it's more of a everyday man kind of, you know, I mean, he's still jacked, he's still a fucking superhero, but it's more of an everyday man kind of build and like that, so like, I kind of identify with that Batman. It's more of a, it's getting more cartoonish, and I kind of like that.
Yeah, that's, a lot of people are saying that that's one of the most accurate from comic book to film adaptations of a Batman costume that we've ever seen.
Yep.
I was saying it since day one, I do like Affleck as Bruce.
Mm.
I think he plays a good Bruce Wayne. Other than that, I thought the trailer was a complete hot garbage pile of hot garbage.
Yeah.
I think it was unfocused. I don't like how, from the beginning of this movie's production, we've been hearing Batman's been around for a while.
Mhm.
Batman is in this universe. It is a Batman-infused universe.
Mhm.
And in that theater, we see little Bruce, the death, the funeral, a cop goes, what's this Bat vigilante? You know, like not in those words, but he's like, this Bat character.
Mm.
Is this a Batman universe? Is there going to be an origin story? Because I do not want an origin story at all. It's we've had enough. We know why Batman's Batman. He doesn't have parents.
You could do this
it's
like
cool.
continuation.
And the fact that in the first full trailer they had the funeral and the death. It's like, really? If that was just in the movie and it was 30 seconds of the movie and it was a flashback, people would look over it. But you're gonna put it in the trailer?
Yeah, that's a little much, but maybe it's for people who aren't familiar with the universe. You know, I understand that who they're marketing to, but they already fucking got you. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna go see that movie no matter what, but there is that person who's gonna go and not know it, and they have to establish, like, this is a real place that could happen. To us, we already have this common understanding with it. Like, we already accept that this is a real thing that can happen because we're into the universe already. You know, we were raised around it, we were around it, but there were people that completely fucking ignored it. And those people can go still see a good movie. They don't have to, like, be in on anything.
Yeah, but you didn't need that scene in the trailer. Because your fans are going to go, I know what that is. Because I've seen it 1,000 fucking times. And I don't like... I bet you the first 10 minutes of this movie is Man of Steel from Batman's perspective.
I didn't see Man of Steel, so I'm not familiar with Superman at all, but he looks a lot better now. I remember really disliking how he looked.
Let me explain.
It's a little more authentic looking.
That the scene when his heat vision's like coming out of the building, that is a scene from Man of Steel, but you see it from inside the building.
Oh, is that where fucking Bruce Wayne's looking up and he sees it and
he runs into it when everybody else is running out of it, and the obvious 9/11 comparison, but and the one scene of the bat plane flying over what looks like the city, like on fire and whatnot, that better be a flashback to Man of Steel, because if they destroy another city in the next DC movie, after all of the uproar about Man of Steel, and so much uproar that it's a part of this movie, and I don't know if that was the plan, but, like, you can't destroy another city, and I don't want to watch half of Man of Steel from Batman's perspective.
Yeah.
So it's like...
but I do kind of like it because it puts the Batman in Batman v Superman, you know?
And I hate the fact that Superman walks into a courthouse with cameras, and yet his disguise is still fucking a pair of glasses. Like, you were on court TV, and you put on your glasses, and everybody who obviously watched it at your news job is like, oh, hi, Clark. Did you see Superman?
Maybe they're working up to that, but because there does seem to be this whole thing going on about like this could be happening in a real universe, like how you're talking about the government reactions and this politicized thing on television. Maybe it's just going to be a thing where it's like, okay, it's just well established that there's a Batman, and that there's a Superman, that there's a Wonder Woman, there's an Aquaman, there's these people aren't like us, but then we're sitting here trying to figure out, are they good or are they bad? And they're trying to go with the whole kind of like X-Men thing.
Well, it's the Justice League.
And yeah, that's what they're building up to this. So I think it's just a lot of that. they're trying to think of like
in this realistic universe,
they've got a lot of catching up to do in Marvel, where Marvel already has this established thing going on.
Yeah, but in this realistic universe, Superman can walk into a courtroom without his glasses on, and then put on his glasses, and he's somebody different. In Zack Snyder's realistic DCU.
After this, there probably isn't going to be him putting his glasses on. It's going to be very upfront, the Justice League, because the Justice League has to be established to fight this outside force. Well, you're starting out with are they good or are they evil, but you're going to figure out that they're good and they're going to be the Justice League kind of thing.
Do you think that this movie is going to be kind of convoluted and all over the place, just judging on that trailer? Because you had Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, the stuff that happened in Man of Steel, the stuff that's going to happen in this movie, maybe Aquaman, some guys on horses, Batman in the desert with goggles snapping guys' neck, and it's like a dead Zod, Lex Luthor, the Kryptonite, Superman bowing down to Lex Luthor. It's probably like a 3-hour movie.
I was gonna say if it was a good
they probably won't let them make it a 3-hour movie because it's like you are gonna get those random people who are just like Batman versus Superman. That sounds fun, and they're not gonna want to sit there for 3 hours. So you're gonna have to take it down a notch from that. It's like there's a 3-hour and 20-minute cut of Avengers somewhere that we will probably never see because Joss Whedon doesn't want to release a director's cut. But that movie was long, and they cut a lot of it out. You could tell. So I'm wondering if this is going to be like that, where it's so much. And the problem I have with is Zack Snyder is a beautiful cinematographer. He is a pretty good director. He is not a good storyteller. Yeah. His stories kind of lack things. And I'm wondering if the studio going, you need to set up this, and this has to be in there, and this needs to happen, is going to help him or make his job even more difficult. Like having those rocks in the script, like do whatever you want around these, but it has to lead to this, or this has to help that. I wonder if that's going to help him in terms of he has less of the story now, or hinder him because he has to weave the story through these things, and that makes me I'm nervous about this movie. I'm not really nervous because I don't care. Yeah. But I'm nervous for this movie. Yeah. It's gonna make $100 million opening weekend regardless, but it's very everywhere. And like you were saying, there's those people who, aren't giant nerds and they don't know what's going on. All of that in one movie is gonna be like, what? Yeah. And if you didn't see Man of Steel, it's looking like you're just fucked. Story.
That's the thing is like because you're right, because nerd culture is popular, that they have to try and appeal to us. And they're gonna try and cram that in the same movie with what you were saying. The people are like, oh, I want to go see fucking Goku beat up Superman.
It's gonna be bad.
And then there's gonna be the nerds, and then there's gonna be your fucking mom who's never fucking seen it. And it's like they're trying. If they do try to accommodate for all these people, there is gonna be a problem. But I think this is gonna be looked back on later on in the series. If this does well, I think a lot of what else is coming.
Well, they already gave Affleck a solo Batman movie, and he's going to write and direct it. Yeah. And the only reason that happened was because they must have liked this, or they must be somewhat confident enough with this to get it out there. But a thing that worries me with the entire DC universe is that in 2 years, when we have 6 comic book movies a year, what are you going to care about more? DC still trying to frantically put together their universe, or Marvel's universe that you've cared about for 15 years? And when it becomes oversaturated, people are going to fall back on what they've been known to. It's like, I don't want to learn about, like 3rd movies in the series, 12th movie in the series. It's like, you're going to go to the 12th movie because you've seen the 11 other ones. Yeah. And like, once that oversaturation hits, and I'm worried about like new X-Men stuff. Yeah, like because they're gonna fall off, and like Fantastic Four 2, like seriously, that's gonna get buried under things like Doctor Strange and this, and like
that's part of the problem with them announcing it all at once like that.
But I think yeah.
If they would have kept their fucking mouths shut.
I mean, it's fine for Marvel to do it. Everybody knew Marvel had a whole other phase, but for Batman v Superman to be like, oh well, here's what we're doing at the same time. Like, and the fact that Justice League is like their 3rd or 4th movie, and then it's spin-offs, and that's why you have to have Wonder Woman and Batman v Superman. And there's talks about Cyborg being in Batman v Superman, and it's like you're playing with a lot of fire. You really are.
Yeah.
And on top of all that, making a movie that's not going to disappoint millions of people. Like, Daredevil was a dead franchise for 10 years. Like, Spider-Man it needed a reboot.
I think I don't know. I just think another Spider-Man is a bit too much. Like, if they gave it time, let people forget about it. But
no, because people want this now.
Yeah.
People are like, as soon as they announced it, they were like, is he going to be in Avengers? Which finished filming like 2 months before that. Like, people want that now. And that's why they're going back to the origin story. They're like, don't worry about it. Just put him in the movie. We know who he is. Don't fucking worry about it. And that's what they should have done with Batman v Superman. And it's gonna, I have a very bad feeling that it's gonna be bad.
Yeah. I can't really think of a good comparison for it, but I definitely think it's gonna be one of those, regardless of how it does commercially successfully, and probably won't have great critical reviews at first. I think when we get further in the timeline and we're looking back on it, it's gonna go. Its critical success is gonna go higher up. Looking back on it from this established universe, we're looking at it from this outside perspective where this doesn't exist yet. You know, but the money is important.
Well, yeah.
If the universe won't be continued if the money's not there. If the interest.
Well, I mean, look at what happened to Spider-Man. They're like, before Amazing Spider-Man 2, they were like, and we're gonna make a Sinister Six movie and an Aunt May movie and a Black Cat movie. And oh, you guys didn't like it? Marvel, you want it back? But
a Venom movie? They should have given us a fucking Venom or a Carnage movie.
I think it's gonna have the Phantom Menace effect, where people are like, "That was good. That was good. No, really, that was good." Because they've been wanting this for so long, and they're gonna be like, "Yep, nope, it was awesome. Nope, it was awesome." And over time, they're gonna be like, "What about that plot hole? What about that thread that went nowhere? What about this needless character? What about this horrible writing?" And I think over time, people are gonna be like, "Yeah, that was bad, but Justice League was good." You know, I think once they get an actual, because no matter what, this will make enough money to at least try. They're gonna make it to Justice League 1 before they cancel it or not. And I think once you
projects are probably what's gonna, because what I'm looking at is what's gonna get canceled first. You know, what's
like in comic book movies in general.
Yeah.
I bet you it's Fantastic Four too.
Yeah.
I bet you anything, because that's when I believe that's one of those situations where like they lose the rights in X amount of years, so they're like, make them now, just like Terminator. So I have a feeling that when that one comes out and flops, they're gonna be like, yeah, we're just gonna sell you